When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife.
Today we are starting with the Christmas nativity story, and we're going to start by looking at Joseph, who in my opinion is a very significant character in our story. He's someone we don't really explore quite a lot, and someone we don't usually see given a lot of gratitude about what he brings to Jesus' life and his early upbringing. But let's first start with the context around who Joseph is. Joseph, as we all know, is a humble carpenter. He started his own shop and he lives in Nazareth. He's probably well known by a lot of townspeople for repairing all their furniture and all their goods, and even supplying new furniture and new goods to them. We also know that he's engaged to a girl called Mary. Mary's probably a quiet girl living in the town, and Joseph's probably very excited about being engaged to her. So he's just finished his day at work, and Joseph is coming home, and he can see Mary there, and he can tell instantly that something is wrong. Mary looks up at Joseph and she explains to him that she's suddenly pregnant and he's not the father. I can't imagine what Joseph is feeling at that point. Does he trust Mary anymore? What should he do? Now, this is where I think it's really important that we see the significance of Joseph. Joseph here could have done a number of options. He could have told all the elders of the town about what Mary had done. He could have told the whole town, and all the options and all the eventualities of Mary and her baby Jesus could have been unthinkable. But he doesn't. And we see a great quality here in Joseph. Joseph comes to the realization that he should divorce Mary quietly, that he should break the engagement off very quietly, because he doesn't bring her any disgrace. And I think Joseph here is being so humble, and actually he still really loves and cares about Mary. So he goes off and he goes to sleep that evening, and in his dream that night God comes and talks to him and says, "Joseph, do not be afraid." Joseph, when he wakes up, he remembers everything that God has just spoke to him about. He rushes straight over to Mary, and Mary, probably worried about everything that happened the day before, sees Joseph and probably hears the words she wanted to hear. And that's Joseph saying to Mary, "I still want you to be my wife. Let us raise this child together." I think Joseph is an amazing character in the Bible. And we see a lot of times and a lot of viewpoints where people talk about God choosing Mary, but I also think God chose Joseph. I think God chose the right earthly parents for his son. We see later on that Joseph raised Jesus. He taught him his trade. And even though he wouldn't be there at the end, Joseph had a really big impact on Jesus' life. God chose Joseph. Joseph is a very important and significant character in our story. So as we go through this countdown to Christmas, let us think about the sacrifices that Joseph made, and the fact that he still had his love and how much he cared for Mary as they journeyed towards Bethlehem.